What's up, guys? It's Oblivious Gamer here, and well, today what I wanted to talk about is some news with regards to a upcoming mecha video game that was basically just announced by Marvelous. And that mecha video game is none other than Daemon X Machina. So apparently it is getting a sequel. So Marvelous had this event where they did some announcements. They announced like a project with Hiro Mashima. They announced like Rune Factory 6 and like a side game. And of course, at the end, they announced a new Daemon X Machina, which basically it's titled Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. I think that's the one. So completely new. It's a sequel. However, no platforms were announced, nor a release date. So far, what we do know is Kenichiro Sakura is returning for the sequel, which, as you know, he was the producer for Daemon X Machina and someone who has worked on the Armored Core series. I'm very interested and of course excited. I really like Daemon X Machina. It was a very fun game to play, had a ton of customization. The movement felt fantastic, the fast pace, how many different weapons and how you would engage. There was so much variety. The boss fights were very fun, and even the fact that it had some multiplayer made it even more amazing. And they kept working on it with like some DLC that eventually was released. And the game only got better with post-launch content and updates. Though I do felt the game had a bit of caveats, like it wasn't like a perfect game. So the game originally was released in 2019 for the Nintendo Switch, and eventually the next year it was ported to PC on Steam. I own both versions. I bought it for my Switch and for PC. And for me, I always felt that, don't get me wrong, the Switch is an amazing platform. It's amazing what it can do, but I did felt the game was held back a bit visually and technically because of the Nintendo Switch. A lot of it felt fantastic, but then when you look at some of the character design, how the characters model looked, the environment, and at times like some of the mecha, you could see that, you know, it was struggling there visually, like it wasn't as great. And even when it was ported to PC, obviously there wasn't much that they could do. And I always felt that this is a game that maybe would have shined a lot more if it was developed for PC or, you know, the PlayStation or Xbox and then brought to the Switch, or, you know, do a port for the Switch where you downscale some of the stuff. But then you got like your version that looks like insane. And at the same time, I always felt the game suffered because it wasn't released on many platforms. It was only released on the Switch, and then a year later PC out of nowhere. Nobody was expecting this to have a PC release. So I think this is fantastic. And don't get me wrong, like I still think definitely Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion should come to the Switch, obviously. But I'm personally hoping that if it's a possibility that they work on like the PC version as their main version, or the console version, you know, bring it to the PlayStation, Xbox, and then you work from there to make a port for the Switch. And of course, make it multi-platform. That means more people will be able to enjoy. I was a bit surprised because, you know, review-wise, the game was received okay. Like I said, it was mixed. And then of course, the game only got better with post-launch content and updates. So I don't know how many people stuck through the post content, but apparently it definitely sold decent enough to warrant like a sequel, which again, I'm not complaining and I think it's fantastic. Personally, I really can't wait to see the sequel because, you know, there was the teaser, but I want gameplay. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see what they're bringing here, what is new, what they want to change. You know, give me some more stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. As always, appreciate all of you guys watching. What are your thoughts? Are you excited for Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.